Great. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Miroslav Kolesar, and I'm sales manager at Sensoneo, Slovakian-based company who is taking care of the waste management globally. Today, I would like to, of course, welcome our partners and future partners and potential end customers who have the same problem and looking for the right solution, how to solve the waste monitoring and the complex management of this questionable topic, which is currently running all over the world and mainly in Europe as well. So today we will bring you the benefits and describing the waste monitoring with our ultrasonic sensors. Let me introduce our founder and CEO of the company Sensoneo, who is Martin Basila. His basics and background is coming from the robotic science and as well as SAP experience. He founded this company back in 2014 together with his wife Andrea, and they have decided to bring something to the world wealth and trying to offer the solutions which could work and which could be reliable for the future of our health. We drive the innovation in the waste management, and this has been done through the development of the hardware and the software solution. We are running on the major IoT networks worldwide operating, so it's on the GPRS, narrowband, CAT-M, Sigfox, LoRa. I would highlight here that one of our sensors become the first to be used on the narrowband IoT network in the United States, which was together with the partner Twilio deployed back in 2019. And since that time, we are running further projects. We are qualified according to ISO 9001 for quality, which is our primary target, and as well for the environment. And all the processes are defined in order to fulfill these agreements. You can see here the map where we are currently deploying, and from the past we have deployed many of our solutions. So the green dots mean that all the places are currently equipped with the sensors and using our EMS platform. We are cooperating with our certified partners, so it means that all partners who are coming to the interaction with us are well certified, trained, and are operating within the specific country. That's why we would like to bring this solution to specific customers, cities, municipalities, waste processing companies. I have quite an echo in the background. I need to find out what's going on here. Just a second. All right, let's try now. I think it will be better. Currently, we are running on more than 320 projects, means for the proof of concept, for those pilot projects, which will become, of course, during the year, the sharp usage for each entity. We are currently presented in more than 60 countries, and this year we will add this number during the actual state where we have good experience and good partnership established. Our R&D team consists from senior engineers who are developing the whole system as well as the new requirements which are coming from the market we are trying to implement in the newest firmwares, and those are then provided into our end customers and partners and renewed once it is accomplished. You can see here on the bottom of the map a couple interesting partners who are engaged with us, and it means that we are really interesting to provide the top quality and reliability in our solutions. So you can see that these names are well recognized worldwide. Picture here is the main challenge which we have been facing during the past, and that's why it's important to get the actual data from the bins, from the containers, which should be picked up in time. It happened many times that we have seen the trash floating around and the bins overfilled, and that was the main idea, how to organize the company who is responsible for waste collection to get it in time. So by this complex solution, we are able to cover these activities and, of course, to eliminate such pictures in the future. So we rather see everything clear and niche, and we can manage to eliminate this. Of course, the challenge number 2 was to optimize the overall costs for such a collection, and our waste management platform offers and provides this solution, how to optimize it, how to find the best routes, how to work with the data in order to find these cost savings. Our waste management platform consists from the 4 modules. So you can see here asset management, waste monitoring, route planning, and industry-specific solutions. Today I will concentrate more on this waste monitoring with our sensors, ultrasound sensors, and my colleagues will prepare as well for the other webinar sessions, other solutions. And you can, of course, come and assign for these webinars. You are more than welcome to join it during the months of February and March. For the asset management, it's a combination of the RFID tags, stickers, plugs, QR codes, and this gray box here is called Watchdog, which is reading these RFID tags, and it has a complex GPS recognizing positioning system. And in combination with the smart waste management system and citizen application, provides this complex service verification of the pickups and improving the overall citizenship engagement. For the waste monitoring, we have the combination of, again, with the waste management system, citizen application, smart analytics inside, and last but not least, of course, sensors, ultrasound sensors. I will describe further in the session. For the route planning, it's finding the most effective way with the collected data, with the driver navigation application, with the Watchdog. This all we can also implement inside the premises, and we can offer this solution of complex waste management also for the production facilities who are generating the waste during the production process. So it means that it can be done automatically with the sensors or based on the trigger from the smart button. Here is an example how the sensors are actually working, and they are looking down to the bin. This is specifically semi-underground bin, and in combination with the citizen application, the usual household would like to deploy the trash to the nearest container, so he can check with the citizen application, which is, by the way, free for download on iOS and Android, which container to use and which is in the nearest surround. So you can see the position stand based on the GPS location. They can decide and to see the level of fulfillment of each container. So if you would like to deploy the paper and he sees this the bin is obviously full, he's near, he can choose another position, and then he can find out that there is only 50% of the fulfillment of the bin, so he can decide and go there. Also, the citizen application offers the possibility of the reporting and maintenance, which means that every citizen is able to provide the feedback if the stand was polluted, if the stand was full, or if there is some occasion around which needed to be solved by this waste collection company or the city. Smart sensors, we have chosen for our solution ultrasound technology, which is, according to us, most reliable and proof from the dust and from the dirt. So we have also seen that there are possibilities in the market with the laser technology, but that's not fulfilling our expectations. And this ultrasound offers and eliminates the service occasions where these lenses needed to be cleaned. So this is quite a reliable and working solution. So here in the picture you can see our high runners single sensor, quattro sensor. You can see based on the beams which are emitting the ultrasound signal, and it's working like you can imagine the submarine which is going under the sea and checking the bottom of the sea. So it's emitting the signal, and then you have the receiving point. When it hits the first object, it comes back to the signal, so it's we can know the depth actually below the sensor. So that is how it works. For the single sensor, like basic difference between these two high runners is that the smaller, it's more suitable for the small bins up to 2.5 meters, and it works on the major IoT networks: LoRa, Sigfox, LoRaWAN, and narrowband. For the Quattro, it has also the GPS module and location positioning system. Both have the fire alarm and tilt alarm. And here you can see on the map for the waste management system when it is deployed and working well. So it has the different colors, so you can see easily from this platform that which sensor and which bin is going to be full or is full and is needed to be picked up. Overall solution with this ultrasound sensors is that they are mostly inserted in the middle of the containers in order to get the best accurate signal out of the measurement, and it can be set up for the measurements up to 24 times a day, or even shorter or more. Of course, that has influence on the battery life. This can be also, as in our offer, integrated into the third-party platform, which means that we will provide the API, and there are many partners who are implementing into their own system, because they, in the previous years, have chosen the platform as for the city. So they have another sensors for the quality of the air, for the parking, for all kind of other IoT possibilities. So we can also attach to the existing platform environment. These sensors are made from the military materials, so it means they are extremely robust, and they are on the replaceable batteries. So it means that the indicator which shows you in our waste management platform that the battery is running low, it indicates the need of the service to change the batteries. The usual lifetime for the single sensor, it of course depends on the conditions, weather conditions, is mostly calculated and running 4 to 5 years, depends on the intervals of the measurements. Then for the Quattro sensor, it is expected more than 10 years. Example of the single sensor. This is the view from the glass collection point, and it's bottom emptying. Single sensor split is also the version for the small bins, which is extremely important to know and recognize that this single sensor split is able to measure from 1 centimeter up to 2.5 meter again. And these examples we will see further. For quattro sensor, it has the possibility to measure up to 6 meter from 15 centimeters. It has the GPS, and let's say it is more precise in the quattro option, so it's more suitable for the semi-underground and fully underground bins. Our Sensoneo platform, it's a cloud-based platform working on Microsoft Azure, so it has it is processing the live data from the sensors, and the interactive map, which you can see on the left side. So it's usually the working environment of the partner or the city or the waste collection company, who can see where the deployment is done. On the right side, there is a detailed bin database. So it means what is the stand code, in which street, it has a GPS position, there is a specific bin code, and the level of the fulfillment, and the type of the waste, actual weight calculated based on the inserted prescribed values. And of course, they can choose the option of the route planning, how to collect, and it's part of the module in the VMS that they can choose the route manually, or to go with the auto route option, which calculates the best cost-effective way. It has also the magic function of the processing of the data from the past. We call it crystal ball. So it has the predictive function, so we can see, and mostly the companies are working like that minimum 5 days ahead they can see what would be the development of the fulfillment of the each bin stand, so they can plan accordingly the shifts and the collection of these bins. As mentioned, it has a different notification for the fire, for the tilt alarm, so we can recognize even the pickups in these specific bins, and it has the preventive action in case of unoccasional thing like fire. And the most important also thing is the interaction with the citizens via citizen application, which is also found here under the feedback. We can see even the pictures, comments from the specific points, from the specific stands, where and what happened. So then the specific company has opportunity to make the corrective actions and provide the feedback that it was resolved or postponed, or just to communicate. Here is an example of the citizen application, and a specific guy who was giving the signal that the bins are full, so most probably they haven't been monitored yet. Example of the indoor applications. So the main idea is to keep the halls clean. This is most usual cases where we can find it in the business centers, shopping malls, industrial parks, airports, public spaces, schools, libraries, food courts. So we can, with the single sensor and single sensor split, we can update it and bring this knowledge about the fullness of each bin, so they can schedule accordingly the crew which is going around and taking this waste. The street bins, again, in the parks, on the beach, and all other. Usually we can see in our streets the bins which are this size, 1,100 liter, plus the glass deployment containers. So this was the trigger even to see inside such a closed can, and to find the best time when to pick it up. semi-underground and underground bins. For these, it was also most important to set the right collection frequency. However, these are huge containers, and there are also activities how to deploy this more and more in the cities where the density is quite high due to the citizens living in the city and deploying the trash, so they can change from this 1,100 liter to this nicer stands, and to improve the quality of the service. Also, you can find it in the waste compactor monitoring. So these waste compactors, which are processing the cartons or the packaging material from paper, they can press it, and so you can see inside the fullness level. Also, our important customer from Czech Republic, I will also mention it further in the presentation. So for the electronic waste, important to see inside, because they have deployed more than 25,000 containers all over the country. They are cooperating together with third-party companies who are then collecting this electronic waste. So the main target was, of course, to optimize and to get knowledge about when is good to collect this material and what kind of material is collected. So it's also the service verification with these smart tags with the digital timestamp. And currently we have also in cooperation with the company offering this service, developed together the software, which is also in our capabilities, that we can provide this service based on the demand, and not only waste management system, but the specific custom-made software for the purpose. Both and the shoe recycling, so you can also see that it's completely metal case, closed container, and it's really important to see inside and to check what is the level before it is collected. And yeah, fire and tilt alarm is also important to prevent the vandalism for such containers. Another not ultrasound but floating mechanism sensor I can mention here, that it's our Octopus device, which is used mostly in the manholes. So you can see along the highways there are manholes which are then collecting the rainwater and of course separating the oils in order to prevent the catastrophic scenarios. If it's overflowing, you can imagine that this slicky fluid is on the highway, and it can cost a lot of lives. So this is like a preventive action. It has 3 different thresholds. So you can see this black box here on the side as well here. So it can be divided up to 3 measurement levels, up to 25 meters, and it gives the GPRS or GSM network the signal of the actual stand of the underground water. We say that all the decisions which needed to be taken are data-driven decisions, so it's really important to know and to get the data in order to process it. And we in Sensoneo, we are enabling it, so you can take the really, really good decisions based on it. Some of the references, you can see here the partner, the usual city, Midtown with 150,000 citizens, yearly collection around 48,000 tons of the waste from 23,000 bins. So we can see the scope that we had to adjust the waste collection schedule in order to accommodate the new large capacity bins and to prevent resources and to try to eliminate the waste and costs. So we have used the waste monitoring, our ultrasound sensors, and then to use the plant dynamic collection routes based on these data. At the end, we have found that by easily checking this level filling, we could save more than 30% on the overall costs. Currently, we have deployed more than 520 bins, so you can see that there is a really working environment, and reliability is in place. Also, in the capital city of Czech Republic, in Prague, we have been starting the project for the plus monitoring bins. Currently, we will deploy full city of Prague with the system, and it will have the opportunity to cover 5,400 bins with the bottom emptying service with 19 vehicles. And based on the as-is analysis, so before deploying this, we can provide even the data what can bring this all investment in such a solution. So we found that around 46% of the cost saving, which is quite huge. If we take into account that this waste collection, it's more than 50 million euro during the year. Yeah, our nice reference with this electro waste. So this is with the one nationwide company, and they have the take-back system for the electrical and electronic equipment. So they are managing these 25,000 pickup points, and they have different partners for more than 40. And together we have, besides the fact, we have inserted there the sensors which are monitoring it and providing the reliable actual state before picking it up. They can also manage the overall pickup routing, and now it's in the deployment stage as well, that they are connecting with the internal system. One of our nice example of the solution, which is currently deployed in Germany. So one of our partner in communication has brought the opportunity to deploy monitoring of the waste inside the production facility. Actually, there are 2 facilities in Germany, and it was the primary scope was to organize this waste collection based on the demand on the smart buttons, and minimize the disruptions on the production line, and of course to eliminate the overflowing bins so they can fulfill their internal 5S or other principles which are important for the lean production. So we started back in May last year, and during the summer we have deployed and run the pilot, and currently we are in discuss with the US headquarters how to deploy further other production facilities, because they found it really handful and reliable. Also, another nice reference from the commercial bank from Austria. There is this scope for the shredding safety boxes for the sensitive material. So in order to prevent the sooner or later collection of the boxes, because you cannot see inside even the employees, they are shredding these sensitive materials with all the GDPR. So they had to call the company who is then picking it up. So with these ultrasound sensors, we have been able to identify the fullness of the containers and to minimize the pickup frequency or provide it on demand. And amazing cost saving brought was like 70%. For data-driven collection routes, so also there is a company who is serving for 2 cities, and they wanted to find out how to plan one vehicle to service both towns. So with this capability, they have found amazing decreases in the cost savings, and they are thinking of course to add additional municipalities, how to cover and to enlarge the possibilities with this. For the manhole operating, we have the solution with the Granvia, and it's the subsidiary of Vinci Highways. And the main idea was to find in the 52 locations along the motorway to find this warning system and to define when it's needed to really start the preventive actions. And once a month there had to be employees, they needed to go and personally check the manhole if it's everything running okay. So now they have the floating mechanism which is sending them the data, and they can utilize these resources for another operations. All right, this was quickly it. I hope you enjoyed. Now I'll take a look back if there are some questions from you. Also, I would like to remind that if we are not answering today in this session for the questions, I will come back, of course, after the video with the answers. So, learning the filling cycle of the bins or stands, you can adjust the fixed schedule or collect on demand. So basically, like described, this can be done either on demand, and we can check if the fixed schedule was done correctly. We can do the analysis, and of course, we can do the collection based on the measured data and to compare. So they can see also the plan, how it should be done according to the schedule, and versus the reality. What was the time? What was the cost? How many kilometers were spent? So all the data are available in this waste management system. We have a question from El Mehdi Habib. What is the main optimization using the sensors? So if I understand correctly the question, so the main optimization using the sensor is that you know the actual level of the waste inside the container, and you can, based on this, decide when is the most effective way to collect it. If I'm not answering the question correctly, I will come back to that later. Also, my colleague is trying to answer the questions, as I can see. If you do only fixed schedules, then you can at least you can find you can adjust this fixed schedule or collect on demand. All right, I'm not sure if there are any questions. I need to ask the colleague what we can provide further for the information. All right. Damn, I'm just right in time. I would like to thank you for your attention this way, and please be welcome for the next sessions, which we will prepare with the colleagues. And of course, if you will find any questions, just don't hesitate to contact us on our websites. There are either chat or other email contacts. So thank you one more time. I wish you a pleasant and a nice day. Bye-bye.